Ever feel like she's acting distant or throwing subtle challenges your way? Don't panic, she might just be testing you, and today, I'm going to show you exactly how to pass those tests. You see, when a woman is interested, she's not just assessing your surface level qualities, she's trying to figure out what you're made of. She wants to know if you're the real deal or if you'll crumble under pressure. Think of it like this. She's trying to figure out if you're worthy of her heart. And the way she does that is by seeing how you respond when things aren't so easy, when she throws a curveball your way. Now, you might be thinking, why does she have to make it so complicated? But here's the thing. These tests aren't meant to be cruel. They're her way of protecting herself, of making sure she's not investing in someone who isn't right for her in the long run. Think about it from her perspective. She's been hurt before, just like we all have. She's been let down, disappointed, maybe even heartbroken. So it's only natural for her to have her guard up a little, to want to make sure that you're someone she can rely on. These tests are her way of gauging your character, your confidence, your emotional maturity. She wants to see how you handle uncertainty, how you react when she's not showering you with attention, how you respond when she challenges your opinions. For example, she might tease you playfully, almost pushing you away to see if you'll become insecure or chase after her approval. Or, she might act a little distant, not responding to your texts right away, to see if you'll become needy or start bombarding her with messages. These are just a few common examples, and we'll dive deeper into specific tests and how to handle them in the coming chapters. But the key thing to remember is this: these tests are a normal part of the dating process. They're not a sign that she's not interested. In fact, they can often be a sign that she is interested, but she needs a little more reassurance before she fully lets you in. The most important thing is to understand that these tests are rarely about the specific situation at hand. It's not really about whether you agreed with her opinion, or whether you laughed at her joke. It's about the bigger picture. It's about how you make her feel in those moments. Does she feel safe and secure with you, even when there's a little friction? Does she feel like you can handle her, both at her best and when she's being a little challenging? That's what she's really looking for. And the good news is, once you understand the rules of the game, you can not only pass these tests with flying colors, but you can actually use them to your advantage to build deeper attraction and connection. Let's talk about one of the most classic tests in the book. Playing hard to get. You know the drill. She might be a little slow to respond to your texts, she might seem less available to hang out, or she might just generally be a bit more distant than usual. Now this can be incredibly frustrating, especially if you're really into her. But before you spiral into a pit of self-doubt, let me tell you this: it's not necessarily a bad thing. In fact, it's often a sign that she's trying to figure out where she stands with you. She wants to see if you'll chase after her, if you'll become needy or insecure when she's not giving you constant attention. And trust me, nothing is less attractive than desperation. So how do you pass this test? Stay calm and don't overreact. Don't bombard her with messages when she takes a little longer to respond. Don't double text or send those dreaded "did you get my message?" texts. Instead of freaking out, mirror her energy. If she's being a little distant, give her some space. Don't act like you're not interested, but don't be afraid to focus on your own life, your own passions, your own friends. This does two things. First, it shows her that you're not going to fall apart without her constant validation. You're a high-value man with a life of his own, and you're not going to beg for her attention. Second, it creates a sense of intrigue. When you're not constantly chasing after her, it makes her wonder what you're up to, why you're not more affected by her distance, and that, my friends, can be incredibly attractive. Remember, confidence is key. Women are drawn to men who are secure in themselves, men who don't need constant reassurance or validation. So the next time she's playing hard to get, don't panic. See it as an opportunity to showcase your strength and independence. Chapter 3. Test 2. Navigating the jealousy traps. Let's be honest, gents, jealousy is a primal emotion. It can rear its ugly head in any relationship, and it can be especially potent when you're first starting to date someone. And believe me, some women are masters at using subtle jealousy traps to see how you react. This might involve mentioning other guys who are interested in her, casually talking about an ex, or even just paying a little more attention to someone else when you're around. Now, her intention isn't necessarily to make you feel bad or to hurt you. Often it's a way for her to gauge your level of security. She wants to see if you'll become possessive, insecure, or if you'll try to compete for her attention. And let me tell you, nothing is a bigger turnoff than a guy who's threatened by other men, or who needs constant reassurance that he's the best one. So how do you handle it when she throws a jealousy trap your way? First and foremost, don't take the bait. Don't let her see that you're bothered by it. Don't start questioning her about other guys or trying to one-up them with stories of your own conquests. Instead, react with confidence and indifference. If she mentions another guy, brush it off casually. You can even acknowledge it with a touch of humor, something like, "Oh yeah? Well, he sounds lovely. Tell him I said hi." The key is to show her that you're not intimidated. You're secure in yourself and in your connection with her, and you're not going to get dragged into a pointless competition. Remember, gentlemen, confidence is the ultimate aphrodisiac. When you're comfortable in your own skin and you don't let these little tests rattle you, it shows her that you're the real deal. And that's a quality that she'll find irresistible. Chapter 4. Test 3. When she pushes your buttons. We all have them, those little buttons that, when pushed, can trigger a reaction. And let's be honest, sometimes the women in our lives seem to have an uncanny ability to find those buttons and push them with pinpoint accuracy. This might involve playfully challenging your opinions, disagreeing with you just to spark a debate, or even making a slightly critical remark about something you're sensitive about. Now, before you get defensive or start arguing back, take a moment to understand why she might be doing this. It's not necessarily because she's trying to start a fight or because she enjoys seeing you get riled up. Often it's a way for her to test your emotional maturity and your ability to handle conflict constructively. She wants to see if you can stay calm under pressure, if you can engage in a disagreement without becoming aggressive or shutting down completely. She wants to know that you can handle her, even when she's being a little challenging. So how do you respond when she's pushing your buttons? First and foremost, take a deep breath and don't react defensively. Getting angry or trying to win the argument will only escalate the situation and make you look insecure. Instead, try to understand her perspective. Listen to what she's saying even if you don't agree with it. Ask clarifying questions and show her that you're genuinely interested in understanding her point of view. If you disagree with her, that's perfectly fine. But express your disagreement calmly and respectfully. Use I statements to explain your perspective and avoid blaming or accusing her. Remember, it's not about being right or wrong. It's about showing her that you can handle disagreements maturely, that you can communicate effectively, and that you're not going to fall apart at the first sign of conflict. Chapter 5. Test 4. How you handle curveballs. Life is full of surprises, isn't it? Plans change, things go wrong, and sometimes we just have to roll with the punches. And you know what? The women in our lives are watching to see how we handle those unexpected situations. This could be something as simple as a date night that gets canceled at the last minute or a change in plans that throws you off your game. It could even be something more significant, like a personal setback or a challenge you're facing in your life. Now, she's not doing this to make things difficult for you. She's doing it because she wants to see how you react when things don't go according to plan. She wants to know if you're the kind of guy who freaks out and gets flustered at the first sign of trouble, or if you can stay calm, collected, and even find the humor in the situation. So how do you pass this test? Embrace flexibility. Don't get too attached to your plans or your expectations. Be open to changing course, and don't be afraid to laugh at the absurdity of it all. If a date gets canceled, don't make a big deal out of it. Just brush it off casually and suggest rescheduling. If something unexpected comes up, handle it with grace and composure. Show her that you're adaptable, that you can go with the flow, and that you're not going to let a few bumps in the road derail you. Remember, life is a marathon, not a sprint. And the women who are worth your time and energy will be looking for a partner who can handle whatever life throws their way. So the next time you're faced with a curveball, take a deep breath, embrace the unexpected, and show her that you're the kind of guy who can handle anything. Outrow passing the test and winning her heart. So there you have it, gentlemen. 4 common tests that women use to gauge your worthiness and how to pass them with flying colors. Remember, these tests aren't meant to be traps or obstacles. They're opportunities for you to showcase your best qualities, to demonstrate your confidence, your emotional maturity, and your ability to handle whatever life throws your way. The next time you feel like you're being tested, don't panic. See it as a chance to shine, to show her what you're made of. And trust me, when you pass her tests with confidence and grace, she won't be able to resist you. Have you ever faced one of these tests? Drop your experience in the comments below, and let's see how you handled it.